So I stumbled upon this video yesterday while looking at YouTube for some football news. Came across Stephen A. going off complaining about a bunch of things, one of them being white people. What a shocker, right? Stephen A. has some advice for us white people. Let's go check out what he has to say.
We got black coaches falling away by the wayside. I don't know how many other people going to say. You got some people say, I thought we were beyond that. And I just want to say a few words to white America. I'm getting sick and tired of that nonsense. It's easy for you. I thought we were past it. Well, when were you a part of it? When did you have to worry about fairness? When did you have to worry about being prejudiced against? When did you have to worry about being pigeonholed and minimized?
So Stephen A. is getting sick and tired of white people talking about when are we going to get past this race bullshit. Stephen A. wants to know when white people were being prejudiced against, when white people had to worry about fairness. People have to worry about fairness all the time, that's first off. People are very unfair to others. Everyone's always looking out for themselves, no matter what race. But I'll tell you when white people have to worry. When we're around black people. Because any fucking thing we say that's against black people, any criticism, even if it's not bad, somehow turns into racism. So we gotta worry about talking in front of black people and having the race card thrown at us. That's when we have to worry about it, just so you know.
For folks out there in white America, for folks out there hosting their own radio show, television show, or beyond, so quick to point out, I thought we were beyond this. Could you do me a favor, please, and be quiet? Could you do me that favor? I'm not knocking. I want to be very, very clear. I'm not knocking anybody who's not black, who's not a minority, for not understanding it. I am saying something different. Be decent enough to understand that you don't understand and shut the hell up. You don't understand. You don't get it.
That's my fucking favorite one. Now, excuse me while I say this, guys. You know, I'm not being racist about this to anyone out there who's not black. But you're not mocking me for not understanding it. You're mocking me for thinking I can understand such a thing. That's what you're doing, Stephen A. Right? That's what you're saying. So Stephen A. wants to know when we're ever marginalized. Right now, by Stephen A. himself, he's marginalizing white people by saying we do not understand. That means 0 white people on earth understand what it's like to be discriminated against, or a victim of racism, or unfair treatment. Do you understand how crazy that is to say? Do you understand how condescending and undermining that is to say to someone? That's dehumanizing. You're telling me that someone who is a human can't understand something that someone else does. An entire group of people understand something, and another entire group are incapable of doing so. That's kind of fucking racist in itself, don't you think? It's funny, black people only seem to care when they're marginalized. You know, when they do it to other fucking groups of people, it's okay. White men can't jump, all good. White boys got little dicks, all good. These are all cool. It's a-okay to say this shit. But goddamn it, won't you shut up when it comes to racism? Wait till we get to what this is all about in the first place. Well, he mentioned it sort of real quick. He said it in passing. It's about black coaches losing their jobs left and right. So far, I think 1 black coach was fired. Another one was fired during the season, but he already got another coordinator's job. So he's, right behind the coach now. And that coach might also get fired this year because he's been there over 10 years. Half his teams are shit. Half of them are decent. Never won a playoff game. So a shitty coach that went 1-31 might take over the job of a coach who also sucked, and both are black. So I guess that doesn't matter to Stephen A. So no, Stephen A., I won't shut the hell up, as you put it. You're not gonna shut this white boy up. I'm from Brooklyn. I know you're from Hollis. You're from Hollis, Queens, Stephen A. We don't back down, right? Us New Yorkers, we don't back down, so you ain't shutting up this white boy. And there's only one person who doesn't understand here. Well, maybe more than one. You and any black person who thinks like you. What you don't understand is that black people are not the only people who have experienced racism or prejudice or unfairness, whether collectively or individually. Almost every single person on this planet has probably experienced that at some point in their life. So how about you shut the fuck up?
Mike McCarthy has barely had a chance to pass gas, and he's already being interviewed for you couldn't win the last 8 years with Aaron freaking Rodgers as your quarterback. And everybody in New York talking about how he could be the guy to uplift Sam Darnold. Well, you could win with Aaron Rodgers.
So this is what it's all about. Mike McCarthy may get a job in New York and the black coach was just fired from New York. So white people are racist. I've always loved that logical leap. A black guy got fired, a white guy might replace him, therefore racism. Amazing. This stinks of jealousy. Listen to how he's going to go on this freaking rant right now and basically defeat his own argument.
We got a league that's 70% black players. We now have 2 black coaches. There's 32 jobs. 2. America, can I ask you a question? Black folks don't have no money? We can't get one black owner in the National Football League? Not one? No black people with money, huh?
Alrighty, well, so he starts off by saying 70% of NFL players are black. I'm shocked it's not like 90, but there are quarterbacks and offensive linemen and tight ends, so maybe that stat is correct. Maybe it is 70% black players. But you have the majority of the players, and you're complaining that you have 2 coaches and no owners? Big fucking deal. Maybe white people should be making a case. Maybe there should be diversity player hires in the NFL, because there's not enough fucking white people, Stephen A. The country's 70% white, and only 30% or less of the league is white. Why don't we have diversity hires then? You see how fucking stupid it would sound? And how jealous and bitching and whining and complaining I would sound doing that? No, I'm not doing that because the NFL is awesome. It's a fucking great sport, no matter who's in there. If the players are playing fucking awesome, it's fantastic. It's entertaining. All you seem to care about are how many fucking black people are in football. So you got the higher percentage of players in the league. Wait, do you want the highest percentage of coaches in the league too? Can you get one black owner? One? Wait, how do you want that one owner to come about? Well, Stephen A., you can get one when a black person decides to buy a team from a white person who's deciding he's selling his team. Then you can have it. Or, wait. Do you want it just to be handed to you? Should we kick some owner out of the league and say you can't own the team anymore and bring in a black man? Is that what you want? What the fuck do you want there? How stupid of a statement is that, Stephen A.? How fucking retarded are you? I can't believe this guy's complaining about how many coaches there are when 70% of the league are black players. God. And then you wonder why people say, what do you want? What do you want? Do you want equality? Do you want a fair shot? Why isn't it a fair shot? Because a black guy got fired? You can't talk about a black coach poorly? You can't say he did a shit job? Hugh Jackson was 1-31 in 2 seasons. He lost almost every fucking game. Of course he got fired. Mike McCarthy got fired and he may be offered a job. Oh no. Guess what? Hugh Jackson was offered a job. I said that already. He was already offered a job as a coordinator and he took it a week after getting fired. He could have waited out, seen if he got a head coaching job next year. Not likely with a 1-31 record, but oh yeah, it's his skin color. That's the fucking reason. It's funny, I was talking about the diversity hires. They do have diversity hires in the NFL for coaches. I forgot what it was exactly, but you have to interview a certain amount of black coaches if you're interviewing for a coaching job. This is some seriously pathetic tribal bullshit. Racism's never gonna end if this is the way fucking people are gonna keep going about it forever. And then try and put it all on fucking white people. Oh my god, a white person made a complaint about a black coach. I don't even know if that's what fucking happened. No, a black coach got fired. So I guess you can't fire black coaches ever. Is that what it is, Stephen A.? Tell me.
And for those of you out there who are uncomfortable with me and my saying what I have to say, I have a solution for you. Put more minorities hosting national radio shows. And then maybe then they'll speak up for it and I won't have to. But until then, I'm going to stay all up in y'all. And I'm going to be relentless with it.
I don't think Stephen A. gets the point of people saying enough of it already. We don't want to hear from anyone. It's not just you, Stephen A. Yeah, put more black people on radio shows is the solution to how about you shut up about this and stop race baiting shit. Trust me, Stephen A., I'm not uncomfortable in the slightest. I am so comfortable saying these things. I'll say them to your face if you want. Stephen A., you're not the only person who's ever dealt with unfairness and racism and prejudice in your life. Get over it. You could be all up in my shit all you want, but you're the one that's gonna come out smelling. Have a good night, guys.
But until then, I'ma stay all up in y'all. And I'ma be relentless with it.